Hello and welcome to CricBakwaas. We are here for the pre-match talk show for the semi-final two. And yes, yesterday, of course, we witnessed a thrilling finish to what could have been ideal and an embarrassment for the Indian side. I think. What do you think about yesterday's match?
I
Yes, of course.
genuinely don't want to talk
Before
about it.
we, yes, we have
I
the alt outsider with us, and he has some thoughts about today's match rather than talking about.
yeah, I'm going to use today's match to distract myself from yesterday's horror. Today, I think coming into the game, obviously England have more momentum because Australia lost their last game of the group stages, but on paper, obviously Australia have been more consistent over this World Cup, and England have been prone to not being able to chase. So I think it's very clear whoever wins the toss straight away has a 65-70% advantage in this because it's gotten easier to bat first and put runs on the board than to chase.
So, what do you
Uh,
think about the venue? How do you think it'll impact for both sides? Think tank.
I've not really, I mean, we haven't heard from the pitch report yet, so the wicket per se, we're not particularly sure of. But I think when it comes down to composition, I don't think Australia need to really tinker much. The injury to Khwaja probably means I think Hanscombe comes in slots in, or they might go Wade as well. I'm not sure on that. England probably will be unchanged again, unless they want to bring Moeen in on this wicket.
Yeah, I hear that the pitch hasn't given much for the spinners. So maybe Moeen Ali would be the last surprise change, if at all. Because
Yeah, so I
Plunkett
don't
has
think
been
England should change really. They've been really good in their last two games when India and New Zealand. So I don't see them needing to go out and change something.
it looks like mostly an unchanged 11 for Australia minus Peter Hanscom. But I think him coming in, it could be a blessing in disguise. I think we could see Steven Smith back at number three.
Yeah, I
And
feel like Khwaja in a way was kind of disrupting that whole thing with batting Smith at four, not giving him enough time to play. I think now Smith at three, Australia definitely will look a lot better.
even in the last year, did Hanscom bat at number three at any point of time? You remember?
I've only recalled him batting slightly lower at four or at five. I don't remember. I don't think he'd bat three. Like Khwaja's only position was three, which is why he batted there. I think with Hanscom, you have that flexibility of pushing him down the middle order and allowing Smith more time out in the middle.
Do you think Australia might throw a surprise in bringing Matthew Wade into the mix?
I mean, Wade, with respect to, I think he gives you the same things that, you get from a Maxwell or a Stoinis with respect to power and hitting. I don't know how good he'd be for a, stabilizing, constructing role. I think Hanscom's probably the better choice when it comes to that.
That makes much more. Yeah, like especially with Australia, they are always known to stick to the given lineup.
Yeah,
So whom do you think has been the revelations for both teams? Like considering the latter half of, I think the start of the tournament was more of settling in. I think
yeah.
considering the latter half of both sides, what do you think has been the
I
key?
think for Australia, it just when it becomes an ICC tournament, they just change gears. They become a different outfit. Like you can't recognize them from the team that was getting battered a year ago. And Stark has been, I mean, he's a wicket away from that all-time record. So I mean, it's huge for him. I think he's been brilliant at cleaning up the tail as well. A lot of teams have struggled to do that. Barring that, I mean, the openers consistently getting them 50 plus starts and at a good pace as well have been very important. I still think their middle overs bowling as well as their lower order haven't been tested as much. And certainly their middle overs bowling, which Toyn is back in, probably they have a more assured option. But I still think Australia does have a lot of weaknesses that could be exploited. But on the same side, I think England as well. I mean, they've shown very clearly over the last 9 games that there is lots of scope to put pressure on this side. And if you do target the right spots and you get Root out early, there's not a lot of confidence in that batting unit if they're chasing a big score. So I think again today it's going to come down to which of these sides can handle pressure better. And Australia have proven in the past that they can. Whether England can rise up today to do that, I'm not sure.
I think England, for one, would hope that they would not be asked to bowl first because, like, I think Australia have proven that they could defend any total, regardless of given the crunch semi-final status, as we saw yesterday. So since
Yeah,
anything could happen, I think especially the left-handers, England's batsmen have generally averaged quite on the higher ends of 20s against left-arm pacers in the last, despite the staggering average. So much
I
stats
think
like.
yeah. Also the fact that Australia in the last game were kind of lucky to not lose early wickets to England. Like Wokes and Archer were actually really good through those first 10 overs. It's just that they didn't pick up as many wickets as they could have. Like the edges didn't go to hand, and the chances were being created but not being taken. So today, I think Australia have to start a lot more assured than they did if they do bat first.
The Warner 2.0 version, I think he doesn't mind a lot of spending a lot of time actually at the crease. So his approach is much more refreshing, and that gives Finch a lot more freedom at the moment. The only thing I think they will have is the sudden mini collapse they are prone to have. The not so confident in carrying it till the end, and but somehow this Alex Carey, and I think for me Alex Carey and Berendorf have been the revelation. So I think
Yeah,
they have been keen contributing to whatever chinks they've been exposed to so far.
true. I think for England, probably you can say Stokes has been the best at handling pressure. Like he's come up top in all these crucial moments, whether it be taking a catch, getting important runs against Australia. Every time England have needed somebody to step up, it's been Stokes in a lot of ways under pressure. So I feel like if they are to do well today, he's going to have a part to play.
So, given, let's say, if you were the captain and you were given the bowling lineup of both teams, which lineup would you rather go confidently
I
into?
think pressure match, semi-finals, I'd pick Australia's bowling unit every day because they've been here before. They know what it's like. Oh, Australia won the toss
Oh, is it so?
and they've chosen to bat.
Okay.
And
Just in time I was going to ask the template for prediction based on that. Anyway, we'll still go with it. What do you think?
sure,
So, what do you think? Whom do you think will
I
be the
mean,
winner? First inning score and man of the match.
so I mean Australia batting first straight away. So I'm very inclined to go Australia, and I think it will be Australia with Warner and Finch, and two of Warner, Smith, and Finch scoring big. First inning score, I'm gonna say 285.
Okay.
And I think the man of the match is. I think we're going to see a Smith show today. He's going to bat at three, and he's going to show everybody that he should have been batting there for the entirety of this tournament. And I feel like he's due as well. He hasn't got a big knock in a while. It's always been Finch and Warner, Carey, on occasion. So I think today could be Steve Smith's day. What about you?
I think I'm slightly inclined towards England. So I think they might get the rub of today, get a bit of early wickets, and Australia due for 260 in my opinion. That would be the score for today, and man of the match be one of the England batsmen.
Right.
And even I think Archer and Wokes will have a good time with the ball, and Mark Wood as well. I think Mark Wood versus Maxwell will be tough to see who comes on top. These are
Yeah.
the cursory predictions, I think. So I feel England should chase this. It might go down till the end with the loss of 7 wickets or so. I think their long batting order will come to the party.
Yeah, I mean, it should be interesting what, but then again, Stark has been good against the lower order, so it will definitely be interesting to see how the likes of Rashid and Wokes can bat against somebody that's so good at dismissing, lower order batsmen. Australia have not lost batting first this World Cup, and I don't think England have chased down anything barring that one game against was it the West Indies or was it Afghanistan?
Yeah, West Indies was a
West Indies,
it's
right? Afghanistan they batted first, right? So yeah, just one game. I think England they crumbled against Pakistan. Once Butler got to 100, they put up a very sorry showing against Sri Lanka, and in the same thing against Australia as well. So I mean, they seem to not find it under pressure, but I mean, obviously it is their World Cup to lose. That's what the people have been saying ever since we got here. So I'm sure this should be, certainly an interesting watch.
from CricBakwaas, we have the alt outsider who thinks Australia are not going to disappoint what have been improving time and time again. So, but I think England would turn up on this day. Given Australia's grit and batting order, I think 260 should be their recovery score, and let's see if England's an interesting one. Yeah, and
Right.
I think we'll catch up around probably 15 overs of the 15 overs of the first innings. We could catch up and see if maybe we could have one more guest joining the show.
Right.
Thank
All
you.
right.